What if I told you the entire crypto complex is fully backed, including the stablecoin Tether, 100% by US dollars? That would likely put a smile on your face, but get ready to turn that upside down to a frown, because the way it's backed is a criminal house of cards ready to come crashing down. Who, what, when, where, and why? We'll find out in about 10 minutes, because it's time for Chico Crypto. Besides who is Satoshi Nakamoto, the question of whether Tether is fully backed by billions of USD or not is probably the biggest mystery in the crypto space. The supporters of Tether, the ones who claim it's fully backed and USD can be redeemed for USDT, all share many similarities. Like SBF Sam Bankman, he tweeted to the public that redemptions were 100% working. As we know, Sam's multi-billion-dollar crypto complex has blown up, leaving customers and investors high and dry. Another Tether supporter was Suzu, founder of Three Arrows Capital, who tweeted on multiple occasions about Tether being backed and can be redeemed in large sizes. Well, Three Arrows has blown up as well, leaving customers and investors high and dry. Then of course there is Celsius founder Alex Machinsky, whose platform has blown up, leaving customers high and dry. Let's listen to this video posted on the Tether Twitter from Alex in March of last year on why the world needs Tether.
I always use Tether as my main way to get in or out of these main assets, and I think it provides a very important utility for the community. The largest one in circulation is USDT, issued by Tether, and it's used very broadly in for many different applications. You know, being able to kind of be tethered to the dollar, knowing that you can at any time basically go out of the system, go back into TradFi or traditional finance, is always helpful. A few of Tether's moves, like proof of reserves and many other things that I think Tether has pioneered in trying to make sure that everybody has comfort with the fact that the assets, all the minted assets, are backed by real reserves. So Celsius, Tether are two good examples of people that trying to do this without being required to do so.
There's a very common theme here. The shatheads of crypto, the over-leveraged Ponzi boys who scammed millions, all supported Tether, talking about how redemptions are easy into USD and how it's fully backed. Guess who acts just like these guys, shouting at the top of his lungs Tether is fully backed, who has met with the architects of USDT and who has even had trusted associates who have seen some of the Tether accounts. That is CZ Binance.
I did want to ask you as well, there's been a lot of accusations made against the guys over at Tether. How do you feel about that situation? What are your thoughts on it?
My general feeling is that there's always more FUD in the community than there are positive things. So, and the FUD is usually more overreactive. I did meet with the key guy from Bitfinex in person a couple of weeks ago, and we did talk about this issue. And there was a couple of other guys who I trust to a fairly high degree. They said they have looked at the accounts.
I wonder why CZ is so close to Tether, meeting with Bitfinex executives and has access to Tether accounts. Well, it's because Binance is actually Tether's bank, providing them access to international banks even within the US. Just a few months ago, Data Finovation, a crypto investigator and blockchain analyst, put out this research piece, USDT, US banks and more coincidences. In it, they analyzed and deciphered deposits and reserves of two of the US's biggest crypto banks, Silvergate and Signature, which suspiciously matched Tether deposit and reserves over the past 4 years. Because of their analysis, they say, second, it suggests a theory. Maybe Tether's commercial paper consists of obligations of whoever owns these USD deposits. Again, there is money here, and if one company promises it to another, there is a sense in which that is commercial paper. But who owns these USD deposits, billions of them, at Signature and Silvergate? Who is the company that is issuing the commercial paper to Tether? Well, maybe it's the largest crypto exchange, Binance, who's using a defunct Seychelles company to get these banking relationships within the United States. From this Money ZG video from 2021 about how to deposit into Binance, we can see to deposit USD into Binance, you were required to use Silvergate. But the details a customer entered to do the transfer become very telling. As we can see, yes, the bank processing is Silvergate, but the beneficiary isn't Binance. It's a Seychelles corporation called Key Vision Development Limited. Then from this SG crypto guide on depositing to Binance, we can see even with remittances back in 2021, you weren't depositing with Binance and Silvergate, but depositing with Key Vision Development Limited and Silvergate. So Binance was using a loophole, a shell cover company that could get banking relationships with Silvergate. Well, regulators found this out and they didn't like it. So in September of 2021, we can see Key Vision Limited and Binance were struck off via the International Business Companies Act. Striking off refers to an act of removing or striking off a company's name from the register of companies maintained by the registrar. It means they are removed from legally doing business with United States entities like Silvergate. So, guess who cut ties with Binance and Key Vision? Silvergate did that year. And the Block article on it says, crypto-friendly Silvergate Bank has abruptly cut ties with the crypto exchange operator Binance. The Block can confirm. Binance sent an email to customers on Wednesday. The email says that Binance will no longer support USD deposits and withdrawals via Silvergate Bank over SWIFT from June 11th. Rest assured, we are working hard to provide an alternative USD solution, reads the email from Binance. Yeah, they were working hard. They were just going to do the same thing, but with a different bank, even using the same Seychelles shell corporation. As we can see from this community Binance tutorial of depositing to Binance with a wire transfer for USD, the bank was now Signature, but the beneficiary was still Key Vision Development Limited. Shoot, just 6 months ago, they were using Key Vision as a front. This tutorial was posted in June. Keep in mind, by this time, Key Vision and Binance were struck off the register for 9 months. So my friends, this looks to be bank fraud because Binance wasn't able to open a US bank account under its own name, and US customers weren't allowed to trade on the platform. And if the money is actually the USD that's supposed to be backing Tether, that is a whole nother level of fraud. This also reeks of gross negligence on the part of Silvergate for an extreme lack of due diligence, because other banks were already flagging the Key Vision account as suspicious. Although for Signature, it's even worse. This is pure negligence on their part. Key Vision had been pulled from the register and out of public domain for months, almost a year, yet Signature kept processing transactions for them, even as news surrounding the phony Binance shell company hit the airwaves. Now, I wonder who else was a customer of Signature and Silvergate. Of course, FTX was. Both of their bank transfer services were integrated into the exchange. Now remember, birds of a feather, they flock together, and if it looks like a duck, swims like a duck, and quacks like a duck, it's probably a duck. Binance is the same as FTX, just much bigger with a more mafia-like structure. And this crypto mafia is likely going down this year. Cheers, I'll see you next time.